Tonight, the fierce showdown to replace Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. President Trump saying he'll name his nominee Friday or Saturday. Senate Republican leadership rushing to confirm before the election, just 43 days away, against Ginsburg's final wishes. Democrats calling the GOP hypocrites after they blocked President Obama's nominee before the 2016 election. Two Republican senators siding with the Democrats. Can they get the two more they need? And who will the president pick? The two women at the top of the short list. Will one of them make it the most conservative court in a century? Also, tropical storm Beta lashing the U.S. Streets flooded, violent surf washing a pier out to sea. A threat as we go into the night. As the U.S. surges past 200,000 COVID-19 deaths, the abrupt move by the CDC. Iowa's guidance on airborne spread suddenly removed. The climate crisis and the wildfires ravaging the West. The growing number of families asking, is it time to move? And Ellen's return to TV after allegations of a toxic work culture on her show. Her new message to viewers.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, everyone. Brushing aside accusations of hypocrisy and broken pledges, Senate Republicans tonight are pressing forward with plans to confirm on President Trump's watch a replacement for the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Tonight, as thousands continue to honor her remarkable life, memorial plans are being finalized, while in the background, a full-on partisan battle rages over choosing her replacement just weeks before a presidential election. We're covering several angles for you tonight. We start with Peter Alexander.
Tonight, with remembrances for Ruth Bader Ginsburg growing and this powerful tribute, the late justice's seat inside the court draped in black. President Trump's moving ahead with plans to name a replacement by week's end.
I would say on Friday or Saturday I'll be announcing the pick. 5 women are being looked at and vetted very carefully.
The president ignoring Ginsburg's dying wish conveyed by her granddaughter to NPR that the next president get to fill her seat, falsely claiming that Ginsburg's words may have been made up by Democrats.
Yeah, it just sounds to me like it would be somebody else. I don't believe it could be, and it might not be too. It was just too convenient.
President Trump wants the Senate to confirm his pick before November 3rd.
I'm just doing my constitutional obligation. I have an obligation to do this. So I would rather see it before the election.
Top Republican Mitch McConnell tonight making this promise, but no specifics on timing.
This Senate will vote on this nomination this year.
It's a reversal from his stance in 2016.
The next president, whoever that may be, is going to be the person who chooses the next Supreme Court justice.
Then McConnell refused to consider President Obama's pick to fill Justice Scalia's seat. McConnell insists the circumstances are different now because Republicans control both the White House and the Senate. But he's not the only Republican facing accusations of hypocrisy. Overnight, demonstrators protested outside Lindsey Graham's D.C. home now that he's backtracking from these past comments.
If an opening comes in the last year of President Trump's term and the primary process is started, we'll wait to the next election. And I've got a pretty good chance of being the judiciary.
You're on the record.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold the tape.
To block confirmation, 4 Senate Republicans would have to side with Democrats. Already 2, Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, have come out against a pre-election vote. Democratic nominee Joe Biden is imploring Republicans to let voters decide. But here's what he said in 2016.
That I would go forward with the confirmation process as chairman, even a few months before a presidential election.
Today in Wisconsin, Biden trying to refocus attention on what he calls the president's failed response to the pandemic.
Due to Donald Trump's lies and incompetence in the past 6 months have seen one of the gravest losses of American life in history. Trump panicked. The virus was too big for him.
As for the court pick, I'm told President Trump today met here at the White House with Judge Amy Coney Barrett, viewed as a front-runner. Lester?
Peter Alexander, thank you. And as we just heard, Senate Republicans are pushing to hold confirmation hearings before the election. NBC's Casey Hunt joins us now. Casey, Democrats are obviously heading into a battle, but can they stop this?
Lester, Republicans are determined to confirm President Trump's nominee, and Democrats simply don't have a way to stop it unless they can convince 2 more Republicans to side with them. Some are hoping that Democrat Mark Kelly will win a Senate race in Arizona, potentially joining the Senate in November and cutting the number of Republicans that Democrats need from 4 to 3. But even that's unlikely. So what can they do? Democrats are discussing how they'll retaliate should they win back the Senate and the White House in November, and will likely see an effort to add justices to the Supreme Court to change the balance of power. Lester.
All right, Casey Hunt tonight. Thank you. And as for the president's nominee to replace Ginsburg, administration insiders say he's focusing on 2 women. Both are federal judges. Either one would likely move the court firmly to the right. NBC's Pete Williams has more.
I'm also grateful to President.
Among the frontrunners, officials say, is Amy Coney Barrett of Indiana, placed on the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals by President Trump in 2017. She's a devout Catholic, a Notre Dame Law School graduate. She taught law there for 15 years. As a student, she co-wrote a law review article that said Catholic judges are morally precluded from enforcing the death penalty. But she told her appeals court confirmation hearing that she'd follow the law.
I would stress that my personal church affiliation or my religious belief would not bear on the discharge of my duties as a judge.
Another contender is said to be Barbara Lagoa of Florida. President Trump put her on the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals just 10 months ago after she served as a judge on Florida state courts. She was the first Hispanic on Florida's Supreme Court and is the child of Cuban immigrants.
They left Cuba without anything but their education, their strong work ethic, and their desire to succeed.
President Trump was upbeat about that today.
She's Hispanic. She's a terrific woman from everything I know. I don't know her. Florida, we love Florida, so she's got a lot of things.
If Justice Ginsburg's successor is appointed by President Trump, that would move the court firmly to the right, split 6-3. It would be the most conservative court in at least a century. A Trump nominee